Right. Think I've got everything working. Trying some new stuff. Okay. I think we're good. Indeed. Great. Okay. We do have things working now, which is awesome. Just doing some sound benchmarking, blah, 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 which is always great. Okay. Hey, little burb. Thanks for keeping us company, my friend. Awesome. All right. I think we're good. Good, good. Which is fantastical. I just want to double check one more thing. And then we should be good to go. Oh man, okay. Verification stuff is so annoying. Oh crap. Okay, there we go. Excellent. Cool. We're all G apparently. Billy Barbaroo. Yum, yum, yum. Hey, bud. Oh, sweet. Okay. 3-star. That's what we need.
Got a job for you, Legster.
Do you, Mr. Avocado? That's nice. I love how these assassins never really have a good amount of attack. Silly Billy. Now we need music. Excuse me, sir. Maestro. You are leveling very nicely, which is good. Very, very good. What? Okay. Dire Skull. This is good. Okay. Give me them sweet tunes, Verminia. Oh man, we gotta go get flowers. Okay. Will do. Itchy nads, is this real? What's real? Nothing's real. Everything's an illusion. Incredible. Okay. Cool. Incredible is a good thing. Whatever that means for you. If something's incredible or not, or just something that's just incredible. I think that was the Banneret? No, it was not. You can never tell if something's real. What's the concept of real, though? Let's get into that conversation. Everything can be an illusion. Cabbage Patch children. We love the Cabbage Patch kids. Like AI, definitely not your dad. Like AI is not your dad, or your dad's not real. What game is this? This is Soulframe. It's made by DE. They also make Warframe. So it's kind of like a sister project to DE. It is quite good. Pretty much like an action, like RPG. Lots of exploration, lots of stuff to do. Hang out with like ethereal wolves. And just get crazy all over the island. Jesus, I almost broke that ankle. That'd be uncomfortable. Sweet. Thanks, Itchy. Nice to chat with you about AI. Something about your father and never really telling if something's real or not. Alright, little Abcott, where you at, bud? I need you. Wherever you are. You little bangle nut. Maybe he's not here? Oh, of course you're hiding in a goddamn bush.
Time to ward our alka, big legs. Don't give those kickers in a twist.
I should keep that in mind for next time. Sweet, we got a 4-star. Nice. The Shaper. Don't know exactly what you shape, but that's okay. Are you in another bush?
Big legs.
Nope, you're over here now. What? Righto. Okay. That's a mushroom. I thought that was an animal for a second. Spicy meatball brain. Sweet, been a rat time. Eat it, bud. Hey, hey, hey. Yo, okay. What the WTF was that? That's weird.
There's your rights done.
Thoughts be done, your friends.
Photosynthesis.
Sweet. Maestro. Guess we can go get cardinals. Ivy Soul, at least one of them. Pretty pleased. Oh shit, okay. You're a super rare. Hell yeah. Thanks, bud. The noble. I don't know if I've got that totem. We shall see. Okay, so we do have that. Okay. Okay. I think we'll keep this one, or I'll see if we can do the spirit. My chance is actually pretty good. Two chance of smite. That's 1 in 17 chance. Okay. And we'll go with smite chance, I think. And you're a red dock. Nice. Hello, Rare Doc. Goodbye, Rare Doc.
Alka's children are saying hold up in Hillyden. Bad day for allergies. Take care of our Alka, will you?
Sure will, bud. Where's that mushroom? Give me that mushroom. This is the weirdest pathing I've ever seen. I guess we'll do the music box. Give me that soul, give me that soul, give me that soul. God damn it. Give me a soul. Looks like Skyrim. There's definitely a lot of elements like Skyrim, for sure. I actually played Skyrim quite a lot. And then I opted to play this game instead. But Skyrim is still phenomenal. there was a dude that I was watching like play Skyrim like religiously, I would say. It was a couple of months ago. But yeah, this game has definitely got Skyrim elements to it. It's very good though. It's action RPG. I wouldn't say like, I mean, Skyrim's been around for a very long time. This game's only really kind of been in semi kind of release for like 2 years roughly. So this will be its 3rd year. But it's very, very good, I would say. So if you're keen to get into it, I would highly recommend checking it out. What is with all these one-hits? Gonna shoot you in the dick. There we go. Feels a bit like New World. Not quite like New World. It's got like elements of like Skyrim, Elden Ring, a little bit of New World. You got like dodge mechanics, parry mechanics, invisibility, assassination, magic caster, fighter, very fantasy, exploration based. There's lots of different elements to this game, but I enjoy it. I like the pace of the game. It's challenging, but not completely punishing. Still quite buggy though. Not in a bad sense, like it's only been out for 2 years, so as far as the bugs go, like the team that have created this game have done a very good job of keeping up with them. Like the Archer felt like New World, if you get me. Yeah, I would say so. Like, I mean, I played New World like years ago, but then it started getting like super sweaty, and then I just dropped out of New World. I think there's been some sort of like shift in like the management or something with New World, I'm pretty sure as well. So I still like the idea of New World. I like all like the musket guns as an example. Apparently there's like talk of maybe perhaps getting a musket gun, similar kind of idea in this game. But predominantly for the moment, like we've got pretty much more melee. Bow focus is definitely a very strong weapon for this game. It's definitely I'd say like the overarching like MVP of all the weapons in the game. I'll just jump back into the hub. At the moment, we have a bookshelf where our arsenal is able to be accessed, but for the most part, for the most of the weapons that we do have, we've got quite a lot of different bows, so about 5 to be exact. We've got magic casting staffs, we've got great swords, we've got polearms, sword and shield, short blades, and long swords. So for the rotation of the weapons that we currently have, it's predominantly ranged as just bows and magic casting weapons, but also fly blades as well. So you can use projectile based weapons, which is really nice. But as far as say like musket guns, I think it's just being spoken of. I don't really have any sort of information to go by whether or not it's going to be like an actuality in the game. I would probably assume with his, like, how the hotfixes and the patch notes come through for the game, I'd assume that the team at the moment are on holidays, So I don't know when they'll be back in and when we'll be getting more patch note updates, etc. But that's certainly something that I have a pretty big high interest in with this game, because there's things that can change within every like hot fix, I would say. So it'll be nice to see once we get some hot fixes come through, or potentially like a new patch, just to see what is going to happen for the game. So lots of suggestions though going around like the Soulframe community. I would probably say within like weapon choices, what we'd like to see, what we'd like to kind of get a hold of. But I'd probably say for the most part, most of the weapon choices in game are pretty good. It just kind of depends on like how you want to play the game, really. Bows are probably the most powerful weapon that we have, for the reason that we can imbue runes and do an absolute shite ton of damage to enemies, which is quite good. The magical like blue orbs you can absorb. They're basically enemy souls, and they can basically empower you or heal you. So one of the runes that I do have active is the Pictrix rune for the fly blades. It's very, very good. And this chick is an absolute inferno boosting lady. And she's very strong. As soon as she gets those fire ticks off, you can get pretty easily caught up in them, unfortunately. Yeah, she can be a bit of an a-hole. Ah, weird cutscene. Okay. Cool. That's the sort of bugs I mean. They just happen. There we go, that's better. Sick dog. I'm doing well. So that's why we were not doing as much of anything. I forgot to level everything. Which isn't very helpful. Alright. That's probably going to operate a lot better. Gimme, gimme. What? I don't want that goddamn animal. I want the soul. Alright. Skyrim mountain climbing time. There is one thing I forgot to do. Oh no, I got volumetrics on. Okay. Give those settings a whirl and see how they go. Where's this little dude? Sweet. Beep boop, beep boop. Hey, bud.
Got a job for you, Legster.
Not bad. Jesus Christ. Undercity, eh? Okay. Alright, little squirrel, I do not need you, thankfully. Hey bud, what you doing? We do not need anything from this little guy, so we're good. See you, bud. You can do it. Run around in a circle 3 times. Well, that was close enough. Perkins, you're finally going to bed, are you? Welcome in, everyone. Hello. Hello, hello.
That was easy.
What's been shaking? I always forget to do the whole introductory thing, but I am SmoothOpurrator. Mostly do streaming of Soulframe because I'm obsessed. It's a very good game, as most of you probably already well know, but I do stream Warframe as well, just not as much. But also welcome in and Happy New Year. I hope you all aren't as hungover as Bird is. Have you guys had a good stream? I am asleep. Oh, you pooped. That's fair enough. It is getting to, like, afternoon time. But yeah. It was so fun. It's always really fun with you. I enjoy your insights with a lot of the ins and outs of Soulframe. It's always very good. And as you know, like, I'm a massive nerd anyway, so, you know, it's how things roll. I guess, like, basically what I'm doing is just kind of testing out the Maestro bow. I've just done a reforge on it. Which is this guy. I've changed it over to Courage just for now, but we'll see. Played a lot of games, but I feel like this can make a good judge on testing things out. Oh yeah, I bet, like, you do. And, like, I really like your insights on especially, like, the greatswords, like we were just talking about that before. Like, the Paragon's, like, really, like, clanky and junky. It's not bad, but I still feel like Purity actually works a lot better. Which is interesting that both of them are, like, the same class and they're just not operating, like, as well. I played a little bit more around with, like, the Bog and Umber, like what we talked about before as well. The Stagger is, yeah, the same, but there's really, like, minimal difference between these two. Apart from just, like, design, really. Yeah, I think Purity, I would definitely jump in and do, like, Purity for sure, dude. Like, it's very good. As far as, like, everything else goes, I mean, like, polearms, they're not my favorite. Rook is probably one of the better ones to use. Only reason being I say that is because it's a damage type of blunt. Githanin is still obviously, like, a strong contender. But as far as Rook is concerned, doing blunt damage against the Mockeries is actually quite a good thing. But yeah, like, depends on... Yeah, Orin is good. And I like the design of Orin as well. I do like Bog and Myrtle as well, but I think, yeah, after testing and playing with Oren, I think both of them do like a very good job, I would say. But yeah, it's pretty much just like fashion up, go get your totems, and like do your speed runs basically. Definitely had like some interesting like feedbacks on Garen Rude. I was able to put like quite a bit of the shorts contents back up on YouTube, and I'm actually able to re-multicast again with both platforms, Twitch and the Tube, which is good. So Twitch chat is a lot more appealing, I would say. YouTube chat's lovely in certain circumstances, but it's definitely user dependent, I'd say that. Yeah, I mean, long swords are good, but I mean, some of them take like quite a high investment, I would say. Especially with, say, like Narrow's Bane, like 20 courage is pretty crazy. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the Ivor is like phenomenal. That one actually moves really, really well. It surprises me Igne Mora doesn't do a bit more damage, considering that it was like a specialized weapon when we meet like Vengetar. There's no reason to ever not use Duralite. Durglint? Oh yeah, for sure. Durglint's amazing, dude. Like, what were your thoughts on it? Because it's like fucking awesome. I've actually put the parry dealing stagger, just testing that out, and then the defense against stagger. But yeah, I agree. Like, armor is always a really good thing to do, especially with the a-holes in what's it called? Cogah. The attack speed I find is useful, but I mean, even then you can like opt for heavy attacks bypassing armor, which is actually quite good, to be honest. I could probably even showcase that as a build, because that actually works extremely well against the what's his face, the thrice bound imp. It's incredible. I think it's broken currently. It's way more damage than it should. Oh, which the Aura number, or just like sword and board in general. Because yeah, I agree, like sword and board are very good. I still think like parries work really, really well, especially for stagger, and then tying that together with, say, like Ode Tempest with the atmosphere. I know a lot of people don't really like the Ode Tempest as much anymore, but I still find it's a very useful tool, even though it's not necessarily a huge damaging output Pact. It still is extremely viable for defensive maneuver, but also the agility of it as well. Like being able to pull yourself like towards an enemy like that, and then just get right up in their grill is awesome. So yeah, having the ability to do that is quite good. And I mean, even pushing these guys away, and then just kicking them and pulling yourself towards them, like the passive of the Pact actually works really, really well. So I thought, I was playing a little bit around with Orangor before, but I thought, you know what, fuck it, just play around with the atmosphere and astrosphere for Ode Tempest, and it's actually quite fun. I also made a very Prince of Persia look to the Envoy as well, so fashion is definitely a thing. The parry totem on this guy, it's decent. These chicks are such bitches, I swear to God. But the stagger amount that you can get out of the Ode Tempest is relatively pretty good. And you can break this chick down pretty well. But overall, yeah, I've just kind of been playing around with these sorts of bits and pieces this afternoon. Not as fast, like I'm kind of like testing more of like the movements of the bannerets as well, just to kind of see what their movement is like, and just kind of figuring out, okay, what's going to be like really, really good against them. If you're not using Tethrin as an example, Tethrin is phenomenal for everything, but yeah, Orangor seems RP adjacent, like DC. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's probably, for anything, like, if you use Howl, that actually increases smite chance for some reason, which is pretty interesting. So if you use Howl as consistently as you possibly can, it's actually like a decent pact. But yeah, it doesn't do anything phenomenally powerful, unfortunately. I think another thing too is like the camera movement I've been playing around with too. It actually gives me the shits half the time, which is, you know, it's growing pains, you know. Yeah, Howl's good. Like I think the doggos definitely need a bit of a glow up, I would say. I think they do an okay job, but it's like what we were talking about before. Like, enemies seem to move faster than what we do, which is annoying. And it seems like a lot of the balance of damage distribution is more weighted in enemy favor than it is ours. Even though, like, we seem to do an okay amount of damage, it's really not that phenomenal. Yeah, the doggos, I agree, definitely need a buff for sure. Yeah, they're hard to taunt, not... Yeah, absolutely, yeah. I think the doggos definitely need to maybe even potentially have, like, their own howl mechanic, like, just randomly. Just so, you know, it's not fully reliant on you as an envoy to, like, cast the ability. But overall... Oh, sweet, we got the Odiak. But overall, yeah, I agree. I think Orangor is... It's a good pact. I think it's good with bows. Very good with bows, actually. But I've just been playing around with the Ode Tempest a bit more, and just kind of looking at how enemy movement is, like, currently working within the game. So yeah, it's just kind of playing around with bits and pieces just to kind of, like, piece things together, I guess, for content stuff. Like, I've put up a whole bunch of shorts this afternoon. So if you guys are interested, like, go have a look. The quality of the stuff that I put up, I know is crappy quality. I know that. But I hope at least the information that I have and give is good. I haven't quite gotten myself into the whole area of, I guess, putting, like, editing stuff together. So that's another skill that I will be challenging myself towards this year. It's clunky with melee. There's no incentive to run with it. Oh, do you mean like its melee is clunky, as in like the claw attack for Orangor? Because what I found with Orangor, like, or any of the packs really, with the kicks and the claws, like Hand of Mora has the same attack as the Orangor Pact. I would probably say I'll just switch over to Orangor and a bow. I find it's based on timing as well. That's the one thing that I do find is very interesting with Orangor, is that you can summon up your doggos. And I mean, even having like the invisible dog, like when you're just walking around, is actually quite nice. So you can kind of get in like relatively close to enemies and just bite their ass and away you go, you know. But you've really got no way to minimize the amount of attack, like especially if you're in a group setting with Orangor. The casting speeds of the abilities themselves, they're not too bad. But overall, Orangor, yeah, I could definitely see like where you're coming from though, within the realm of like Tetherin making you feel like absolutely fucking powerful. I can see where you're coming from. Orangor is definitely a hard pill to swallow, I would say. Because I would feel slightly better being able to utilize like 3 spirit dogs rather than just 2. But given the fact it's more of like a kind of sort of like crowd control pact, I mean, these guys don't do a bad job. I mean, they're great as like lighting up a whole room, like candlesticks. So if you need light, they're a really good light source, essentially. But they really don't survive all that well. So yeah, I think the doggos definitely need a buff. I think maybe even like increasing like their speed of attack and their aggression with the howl. You know, if we have like a timer built into the third ability, I think would be really, really useful. Even if it's like halfway through the cooldown and it has like a little blue bar that like just kind of drops down like the runes do. Yeah, CC is relatively pretty much all it does, essentially. Yeah, Oshelda's definitely very good, especially with a bow. It's probably one of the best packs in the game that's balanced in the way that it operates, with Bestone, with the Phantom Flock for like staggering like a heavy unit, and then you can give yourself a bit of a breather, step back, drop your Elder Bloom. So as far as say like Oshelda goes as a pact, it's extremely like well balanced, I would say, and it's really nice to see that that particular pact itself is one of the very first starting packs. I'd probably say bow-wise, Orangol works quite well, and you generally get a decent amount of smite chance as well. So I just got 3 of them. So this pact, it does pretty well in that sense that it's kind of more of, say, like a weapon setup. Predominantly for bows, but bows are also extremely powerful. So, as far as like melee is concerned, you could probably get away with using like your Twin Tines or your Royal Tines short blades, your Rostrum, any of the short blades really. Oh hell yeah, Oshelda's Bestone and Phantom Flock is really, really nice. But yeah, I can certainly understand when people talk about Orangol, it's like, what's the point? It doesn't really seem to have a hugely active interaction with the Envoy, unfortunately. But I'm sure that that will change over time. I think the slight upgrades that we've gotten to, say, like the Pack Hunter and the Howl, the fact that it controls Ode Dogs as well is good, but the increased courage and chance of smite is actually quite good. But I would say it's quite dependent on Soulbound, which this should probably be changed with melee increased to say that any ally within range damage, courage, or like at least just damage output will be increased. And it apparently can stack. I don't know exactly how well or what that means, but even just boosting Soulbound itself, I would probably say could be beneficial, but there's no way to really indicate, you know, how much melee damage increase you're actually getting. Feral, on the other hand, is quite good, but again, like with this pact, there's really not a lot to the kit apart from summoning Orangol, and she shows up whenever the fuck she wants anyway, which is fine. I think that works pretty well. But as far as, say, like the actual Orangol pact goes, it's really nothing to really like get super excited about, I don't think, unless you really kind of enjoy like the CC kind of capability of what this particular pack does. It's predominantly a little bit more like a spirit-based pact anyway. There's no way to actually say that other than when you go into your virtue systems, you get those little plus numbers underneath. That just means that we're getting plus bonuses from other sources, which would be, say, like our Dire Skull medallion, basically. But say, for example, if I took like any of the upgrade nodes away, you would actually see a slight change in these numbers. So if you guys weren't aware of that particular source of information with like the little white numbers underneath your virtue stats, that's what those mean essentially, which I'm probably sure that most of you guys knew that anyway. But yeah, I really like kind of figuring out those little sorts of bits and pieces anyway. But I just heard Marta come into the world map, so I'm gonna go beat her up and steal a Dorito ship, and I really want to go to that fucking castle. Like, look at it. It looks really good. I really want to get there. I'm just gonna have to like climb a mountain though, because I have no idea where Marta's just dropped ship, basically. So, what time is it there for you as well? I think it's 3-hour change. So, is it like... I think around my 3 o'clock in the afternoon was like your 10 p.m, I'm pretty sure. So, it must be like 12:22. So, technically we're in the same day. It's just that it's hours ago for you. Or like just past midnight, I would assume. Oh man, these goddamn walls. Okay. We'll have to go around here, I think. Actually, fuck it, I'll just go through the gates. But yeah, I think overall, like with Orangol being the way that it is at the moment, like it's good, but I definitely feel like it can be upgraded. And the fact that Orangol is a passive, I think is nice. But I mean, as far as like fast travel, etc. is concerned, I like the fact that we can transfer into wolf form. But in all honesty, I wouldn't actually mind that being changed a little bit, so we could actually summon Orangol for like a small amount of time, and then back that up with the spectral wolves that we have, and just like touching reference in bows as well. Like the actual pullback on the actual bows is a little bit slow. Just slightly, like, and the fact that you've got a lead is also something that I look at and I just think, nah, it's okay. But as far as, yeah, like using Orangol with like Torrent as an example, with bows and the runes available to you, it's not a bad setup. You can actually kind of like just make it work, really. But yeah, not my favorite thing. I'd probably say like I favor a little bit more of, say, like Ode Tempest. Garen Root is actually a lot better, I would say, especially with like the Hest being able to weaken and lower defense, and then fueling that into Torment is actually quite nice. I don't mind Mora's Hand, but I still feel like this whole entire kit is a little bit out of whack. Like Inferno works a lot better as almost like an instantaneous cast. Ember, like setting us on fire technically, to do more damage output to enemies, and then Ignis Wrath, like who doesn't like flame damage? But yeah, I'll play around a little bit with Garen Rood, which I actually quite enjoy Garen Rood now, more so than I did before. I found it was a little bit like of a disappointment when it first got changed, especially with the Torment being just tweaked the way that it has been.
Hark, the collector. Well, need I belt the spell song too? Pack it up, grunts.
But I do find Garen Rood is actually quite good. I'm just going to drop down all of the volumetrics. You can like see absolutely fuck all when you've got the volumetric fog on.
Sector Sydney, exterminate the grove.
But as far as the Garen Rood goes, it's actually a lot better. If you cast Behest and then just cast your one, you can really get some like good synergy out of this particular Pact now. Especially from the Stampede, like that just shits all over enemies. It's actually quite good.
Finally. So shelter thee his reapings well with storm coils on high. Mid-air. Ice stars.
She's very, very thrifty, this old lady. She really likes to try to take everything away from you.
I need some char.
I think even like against Benarets, Behest to Torment actually does like a really decent amount of damage now, which is really nice to see, to be honest. Like, she's even trying to steal a wagon. Like, why would you steal a wagon? You've got a giant Dorito ship. She's a very strange character, I'd say. And I'm not sure if you guys have noticed in game though too, like a lot of the enemies seem to like just fall through the floor. There's been some really interesting just like little in-game bugs happening. I would say probably like the last week. It's been really interesting to see it. Also another thing, I don't know if you guys have noticed, you can actually chuck a whole bunch of potions and craft a lot more than just 5 now, so which is really nice. So get crafting potions, bitches, because I have no idea when that's going to change. Behest to Torment on Nimrod is actually very good. It's a lot better than what it was. And I'm not sure if you guys have had much of the opportunity to get the Pictrix as well. Like, have you guys tried it out much? Like, that Nimrod's really not all that strong, but the Pictrix is actually a very good DPS, I would say. Like, it does a lot of bulk damage very quickly. But yeah, I've been enjoying the Pictrix for sure. Ancillary. But yeah, overall, just kind of playing around, just getting a little bit more faction tale stuff going. I definitely need the faction rep, that's for sure. I switched over from Silent Rose, and surprisingly, Alka's Children tends to get the Badagar Stag happening as well, which is actually a very good boss to go and farm some stuff from. Oh, hey, bud. Oh, look, we got a 5-star, like, rat thing. Squirrel. And they're pure white as well, so that's nice. The acrobats. Pure white little dude. Okay, that's good to know. But very cruisy little afternoon, I would say. Nothing too strenuous, just kind of playing around and just testing a little bit more of like the smaller details, I would say, within like combat mechanics. Where's that little bangle nuts, dude? Never around when you want him, that's for sure. Unless he's hiding in a bush. Oh yeah, there he is.
Alka's children are saying hold up in Hillyden. Bad day for allergies. Take care of our Alka, will you?
I'm not really sure, like, if I really, really like Garrett Rude. But it's definitely gotten a step up in my books, I would say. Probably in, like, the last week. These assassins, I swear, are probably going to get the glow up soon of their aiming mechanics, I would hope. Not before us, hopefully. Oh, sweet, we got a Mistral. Jesus Christ, okay. Some of the damage in the game as well has been acting strange like that. Like getting one hit out of nowhere. It's a bit strange. Alright, little ferals. Get out of here. Be free. And we've got Cabbage Patch Kids. Need that Banneret.
A turn of dice for next bout. Come, Legion, lay your commons.
Okay. Where you at, lady? Oh, she's taking a sweet ass time, okay. She got the entourage.
Turn back to sludge tomorrow.
So if there's one way that you guys do want to minimize those bitches re-healing, that's a good way to do it. I really find that their healing is very annoying. And that's one of the ways, essentially, you can basically minimize it. More so with like pick tricks, it's very, very good. Like the projectile like output, but also the damage output for these is like pretty good. I might do like a northeast map area hunt. I will just chuck back on the volumetrics though. They make the game look just pretty. The only issue I find with that visually is just with the like the corrupted areas within the game. we got another squirrel, and it's rare. And apparently it's not here anymore. That's definitely something that's bugged out. Like rare animals just disappearing out of the map. Just gonna do maybe like a half cogah run, I would probably say, because I do want to kind of benchmark a few little bits and pieces. Bows definitely seem extremely unfair. It would be kind of cool though if we did get 3-star bounties within cogah and a little bit more bonus experience too. I think that'd be really nice. I'm actually kind of tempted to try pole arms, to be honest. It's been a while. And the split bolt is generally pretty good. And the decent thing about this one is that you get a lot more smite chance with these two totems as well. Let's give that one a try. Yeah, the camera attaching to the attacks with polearms is pretty rough. So it'd be nice to see a little bit more of like a repolish on the I guess the action behind the actual flow of utilizing this. I can understand why polearms would be a little bit more slow performing, I guess. Greatswords definitely need something. I would definitely say that. I feel like this is a little bit of a wasted rune, though. Like, it's cool, but I feel like a lot of those projectiles are very much wasted. Especially on, like, a singular target. But then again, I mean, everything's, like, relative to be, I guess, adjusted and changed. See, I think that sort of attack there should not have happened. I do like the effect of this ring, though. It definitely gets the attention of people, but that's about it. I'm really hoping that we get a Badagar Stag along to the Nell Knight, though. I really miss being able to do my Battle Royales. What's up, creeps? Polearm's probably not one of the most ideal weapons for cogah, unfortunately. Like, they're cool, but I really would like to see these get a little bit of a combat speed adjustment, I would say. But I'd probably say with the virtue systems and the combat arts being, like, basically ripped out of the game as we know them, it'll be interesting to see what happens with them. only thing that polearms have really got a relatively decent thing about them is that they can actually knock bosses over, which is good. Just thinking about switching over to the rook, to be honest. I actually want to benchmark the blunt damage that it does apply. I've been thinking about it for a while, so... Where are you? Good old rook. Interestingly enough, this one's a spirit-based polearm. Not really sure why. The flame damage is decent, so I might actually take this one with me. I generally run like essentially like a very similar setup on the rook, but I was benchmarking and just playing around with the smite on kick chance, which is okay. But the recoil after hitting an enemy increases damage to the next melee attack is also something I've been playing around with, which seems to be relatively pretty good. The armor reduction I find is very useful, and the attack speed is always obviously a very good choice, especially for the polearms. So I think what I'm going to switch over to is probably the Odiak gauntlets with the Arcstorm rune, just for a bit of spice. But I'll still maintain using the Garen rune anyway, just for now. And then I think once I get up to the spider boss, I'm probably going to switch over to the Hand of Mora, because I do want to play around with the flame damage again. And we have an advertising.
So it wants to play.
I think what I might do, if we've got like a little bit of a 3-minute ad break, I may actually make like a little coffee, to be honest. Because little brain needs a little bit of a boost, I'd say. So I guess what we can do is just take a little bit of a like 2-3 minute break, and then I will pop back. And then we'll continue the cogah run, I think. There we go.
A turn of dice for next bout. Come, Legion, lay your commons.
Dokily dokily. Hopefully I'm safe enough here. If I die, that's on me. I'm just gonna hide in a bush. We'll see if that works. Alright, I will BRB in about 2 minutes time. Alright, I'm back with a caffeinated beverage. My super sexy mom carp.
5 commons each. Delight.
Alright, let's go get this banneret. Man, I'm so glad I had a coffee. It's pretty late in the afternoon, so I'll probably, like, stay up all night, unfortunately, but anyway. I cannot believe it just targeted that enemy right next to me. Jesus Christ.
That was easy.
Not too shabby. Probably say I'm gonna bring Mora's hand, I'd say, with this one. And we'll see how we go with the flame output, I would say. Jesus, these really don't do that much damage to her. Thank God for soul heals. Oh my god. Not that, but okay. I wish I could see your health bar. That'd be nice. Not that it matters anymore anyway. That actually wasn't too bad. Oh shit, okay, foot smoke. Nice. Sweet. Okay, well, that actually was not too bad at all. Alright. I just gotta check on something. This is notified. Sorry, the client that I was using for StreamerBot has disconnected, so I actually just realized that you guys have dropped in for a raid. Thank you very much for the raid, firstly, and hello. It's not a rerun. Yeah, StreamerBot for some reason has just disconnected the chat, so nothing was coming through. So I've just switched over to the Twitch chat on the browser. It seems to happen a little bit too often, I would say. So. Oh, nah, that's alright. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, if it was tagged as a rerun, it would be a rerun, but that's not necessarily something that I do. If you do see me live, I am actually live. So, if you want me to do a sleep stream, I'm more than happy to do one though. But how are you? What were you guys doing today? I am real, and you guys are real. Hello. Welcome. Thank you very much for the raid again, dude. How are you? Happy New Year, by the way. You guys doing Warframe? I'm gonna catch up on chat while you're typing away. And yeah, I was severely locked into that fight, to be honest. That particular boss is a bit of a pain, but she's fun. So I'm just testing a few bits and pieces with the Hand of Mora. And just one of the voltaic damage outputs. Yeah, I definitely do know what you're doing. You're always in Warframe, I love it. What were you guys doing though? Because I love the testing stuff that you do. Like, you come up with some real crazy stuff too, dude. It's awesome. But I'm essentially just doing the speed run, or like cogah run, really. Which is essentially like, yeah, like Steel Path stuff. I'm pretty sure, like, you played into Soulframe, haven't you?